In 1991, the world witnessed a seismic shift as the Soviet Union dissolved. This event marked the end of the Cold War, leaving global powers to reassess their roles in a new world order. Global reactions. United States and Western powers, the U.S. and its allies viewed the Soviet collapse as a triumph of democracy and capitalism. It marked the end of ideological rivalry and opened opportunities for expansion of Western influence, liberalization, and globalization. Western media celebrated the victory of the free world, while policymakers anticipated new economic and security partnerships. Eastern Europe, former Soviet satellite states, saw independence as liberation from authoritarian control. Countries like Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia transitioned toward democracy and market economies, although the shift created economic challenges and social tensions. Russia and former Soviet republics. While some celebrated freedom, others faced economic collapse, political instability, and uncertainty about national identity. Many citizens experienced hardship as state support systems crumbled. Africa's reaction. Africa's response was influenced by the continent's historical Cold War alignments. Many African countries had received political, military, and economic support from the Soviet Union during anti-colonial struggles and civil wars. Political realignments. The collapse ended Soviet backing for regimes and liberation movements, forcing African states to seek new partnerships. Countries like Angola, Mozambique, and Ethiopia, which had relied on Soviet aid, faced political uncertainty and economic challenges. Economic impacts. The withdrawal of Soviet support, combined with global shifts toward market liberalization, pressured African economies to adapt. Structural adjustment programs promoted by the West replaced Soviet aid, often imposing austerity and reforms. Ideological implications. African leaders observed the failure of a major socialist power, leading many to reconsider Marxist-Leninist policies. This prompted ideological realignment toward capitalism and multi-party democracy in several states, accelerating political and economic transitions. Strategic consequences. The end of the Soviet Union also reduced superpower competition in Africa. While this decreased the intensity of proxy conflicts, it left a power vacuum that sometimes intensified local struggles. Western influence increased as former Soviet-aligned African states sought new alliances and economic support. In conclusion, the collapse of the Soviet Union was a watershed moment with global and African-specific effects. Worldwide, it signaled the triumph of capitalism and democracy, while in Africa it led to political realignment, economic challenges, and shifts away from socialist ideologies. The end of the Cold War thus reshaped international and continental dynamics in lasting ways. Thank you for joining us.